Oh my gosh, we're back, and it's back to school time.
Back to school time, my favorite time of the year.
I was going to say, you're probably one of the most excited people about this, even though your kids are all grown and out of the house.
It's sort of what we do, but it's also, how can you not get excited when you think about kids and school and going to see their friends again and getting back to the routines and school sports and plays and, every single thing that happens. We've done this series of leadership interviews recently with a number of the superintendents across the 5 counties.
Sounds like we've got some exciting
And
years ahead of us.
To me, it's just like you're a kid in a candy store, because you got teachers and volunteers and administrators and coaches and assistant coaches and team moms and PTO people and all of these people that every single year converge in August to take these kids back and say, hey, for another year, we're all committed to helping these kids grow. And I think the cities ought to have a parade and just be like, there you
back
go.
To school.
Yeah.
And the parents probably agree with you.
Thank you. Yeah, the parents are probably like, yes, let's go. The summer's over. I can't believe it. You can expect them to see me on the sidelines of a soccer field or a football game.
Yeah, it's coming up.
It's great.
Good. Well, as we head back into, we're winding down summer, bringing in the school year, we wanted to take a moment with our fans, our audience, and those kiddos and parents to just kind of look back a little bit at the summer and then really kind of look ahead to what we can expect for the school year too. So I've got a couple things I want to share with you. I'm sure most of these you know about, but we want to make sure that you and everybody watching can see a little bit of the great things that happened over the summer. So the first one I have is from our Portage Life site, and it is Maddie Mickles and Xavier Acuna recently went to it's represented at the 16U Junior Nationals for wrestling as Team Indiana. So these two Portage wrestlers went down. I believe this is in Indy.
Yep.
I'm not certain. Indy. Yeah, you probably know just as well, better than me. And represented Portage, Indiana. So this is a huge thing, I think, for athletes and especially in the wrestling world.
And if you think that culture in Portage has been built over like generations of people, and again, you go back to that village concept of the school, those are 2 kids that just did absolutely outstanding, but there's a handful or more of coaches that are helping shape those kids, and a handful or more of coaches that shape the kids right before they got to these coaches, and then a handful or more of coaches that develop them when they're little kids, and a community around them, and probably a whole bunch of people that travel there to go see them. And to me, that's what's cool about schools. That's what's cool about sports. You get a bunch of people together to cheer on 18-year-old kids, 16-year-old kids.
They're young and they're doing great. Yeah. So congrats, Maddie. Congrats, Xavier. Well done. Way to go represent Portage, Indiana. Great to see them out there. And as you see in this, it looks like they've got strong representation from their coaches as well. It's a great one. Another one from Portage coming at you that I found. These were just random ones I found. So no love to all of our sites, but this is another one from Portage, is Portage Robotics. So these kids, how old do you think these kids are? 12 maybe?
No.
Not even?
Less than that.
Less than that? Okay, yeah. So these young coders are from Portage schools, of course, and they went to RoboCamp. So this is a day camp where they literally took the next step in their coding journey, if you will, and learned text-based coding. So the very little I know about coding is that's pretty tough, even for someone as old as me, more or less, someone that looks like they're maybe 9.
And the thing that I love about it is the kid gets experience at a young age to something that he might want to do. And the way that technology has moved, there's a heck of a lot of steps along in that process where that kid could be 9, going on 10, going on 11, going on 12, where he's going into high school and he already knows how to do what a junior programmer is going to do that gets hired out of college.
Yeah. And then here's another one, and this one's pretty big.
Blows your mind.
Blows your mind. So the Westville students explored Scotland as part of their Great Britain tour. So the experience included medical themed tours, of course, because of their background. They're health sciences students. So they medical themed tours in Edinburgh, Mary King's Close, Edinburgh Castle, and Surgeon Hall's Museum. So all of these really great things. But then, of course,
can you imagine what they saw in Surgeon Hall's Museum? Like, hey, here's an original hatchet that used to perform, wow.
Yeah, it's so interesting. And then, of course, regular Scottish culture. So that's not the only thing they did. As you can see in some of these pics, they did some, dining and such as well, and then headed to London next. So we're waiting for our next update. I'm certain that will be soon if it's not already out there. What an amazing trip. You're right. We did much smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, field trips.
It's like,
in our
let's go
day.
to the dunes or something, and the dunes are awesome, but the dunes aren't exactly Scotland
Yeah.
and London.
Exactly. So it sounds like most of our students throughout the region have had an incredible summer. Obviously, these are just little peeks into that.
There's been tons of cross-country camps and football camps and baseball camps and high school leagues that are going on all over the place. So I think people have had a pretty busy summer. The whole summer started with our absolutely best time of the whole entire year is graduations. And I think we've got 53 in the books for this year.
Yep. 53 across the whole region, including Michiana.
Yeah, so that's across 5 counties, and we got, I don't know, like 10,000 pictures or something in all those things, or probably way more than that, of just kids celebrating, the community coming together. The parents are there, the grandparents are there.
Yeah,
your neighbors came over, the whole community. I remember being out at Westville, and it's just like Taylor Swift comes to town. They're all in the school stadium, outdoor football stadium, and they're all bringing in, and they got coolers and their chairs, and they're all ready to go. And
it's a full celebration.
What's not to get excited about when the community of people come together to say, God, this is great. Our kids made this awesome milestone. So again, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So we did all of these graduations, and of course, probably good to mention that everybody can go see all this stuff on our sites for free. There's no limit to how many articles you can read or how many pictures you can look at, and candidly take screenshots of too. That's completely fine. We're good with that too.
The word or the world, I think, is sometimes prevented from sharing good information as much as they could. And the way we look at it is everything we do is free. All the pictures you could take. If you want to buy them, you can do whatever the heck you want. Yeah. Again, we love the schools. I think the schools systems in every community that we serve, that's the heartbeat of the community, because that's where we're sending children to learn to be adults. So that's probably pretty much the foundation of good in all communities. And we're just jacked to cover it. So enough. Let's talk about some more stories.
Yeah. So on to the next. I've got a little something. So I am a little bit of a podcast nerd. I think most people know that about me. And I really love kind of fun, interesting, and positive, because that's who we are, Reddit stories. So I've got some Reddit stories for you today.
I've been on Reddit a couple of times.
You know a little bit about it, right? Yeah. So the basics, if people don't know Reddit, it's a forum where you can talk about anything, and there's subreddits. Today is Reddit r/positive, because we're all in the positive world. So we'll be using r/good news, r/positive. So we've pulled some good news stories that I want to share with you to get your fun reaction of, and they're all pretty school based. All right. So we've got some really school. Some of these are new,
slightly
some are
excited / nervous.
You're going to do great. So this one's just a little an entree into Reddit for you.
Okay.
It's a short and sweet. So,
and I know none of these.
You've not seen them. You've not read them. You've not anything. So these are all new to you. And I just thought this was a really cute one. The title is "High School Isn't All Bad." And the post says, "I'm in high school currently, and it's not the best. However, there's one thing that always makes me happy. There's a special needs kid that goes to my school, and a while ago, he got an Instagram. Every day he posts good morning, and he usually posts other things there every so often. Every time there's a good morning post, people flood it with good mornings back, and the people hype him up on whatever he posts. This restores my faith in humanity."
Boom. That's the essence of good right there.
Isn't that so amazing?
That student is demonstrating that he either inherently has those values, or his parents or his community taught him those values. But we all forget that kid is the one that we should be following on social media. The world should follow him on social media.
Absolutely.
Lots of people they're following on social media, they should unfollow and not pay attention to that.
You can cater your social to what you want it to be and what you can want to consume.
And what I look at is when you see that kind of thing, I think you just say, oh, I actually, well,
I want that in my life.
I want that in my life. I should be a little bit more like that guy.
Yeah.
Are we all going to be like him? No.
No, but if we bring more of it into our life, it's just going to, it's,
1%,
what we surround ourselves with. Yeah.
1%.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that was really cute. So here's another one from r/positive, and the title is Did Something I'm Happy About. So this is just a little shout out.
Hopefully you do that every day.
Yeah. On my way home from school, I saw a woman and a little boy sitting on the side of the road asking for money. So when I got home, I made pasta and I took it to them alongside a few other things, just feeling happy about it. I don't think that I'm God's assigned savior. I'm just happy I gave it to them and saw the boy look into the bags. I hope they liked it because I believe I'm a good cook. I was a little worried or felt guilty because I thought, what if they're scamming? Because apparently that's huge here. But seeing the boy look into that bag and be happy was just so nice.
It takes one step at a time. And you see what's going on around the world and how stressful it is and how much conflict there is. And a lot of people probably say, oh my God, there's so many mouths to feed. There's so many people to help. It's just so overwhelming. I can't possibly do it all. Well, she helped one person or one family one time.
Yep.
Is she your hero? No, but she did help one person one time. And if we all help one person one time, a heck of a lot less people that would need help.
Yeah. And you get to back yourself up a little. Like, yeah, I'm a good cook. Let me go help someone with my delicious food. Like, what a great way to kind of give to people in a different way.
And there's a million ways people can help. A lot of folks think, gosh, I'm barely getting by. I got so many expenses I'm trying to juggle myself. How could I possibly come up with money to give to somebody else? I think you just look at, well, can you cook? Could you help them with their yard? Could you drive?
Yeah.
Could you volunteer? Could you be a security guard or, crossing guard? There's probably a lot of ways you could help.
Yep, absolutely. Now this next one is a little bit bigger than these kind of short tidbits ones. So I'll try to encapsulate it the best I can. It was originally a Reddit story, but it's from afscme.org. So, and it's a kind of smaller media company that is bringing us this great news story. And it's hero school bus driver saves students from a burning bus. So this one's really new. This happened in 2025.
Yeah.
And it's an Ohio school bus driver named Dorian Pace saved the lives of 15 students and then his own moments before the bus was engulfed in flames.
First thing I pick up, and then his own.
And then his own.
Yeah.
Not first.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's things in the news every single day. We got to pay our bus drivers more. We got to have them more appreciated. We need to put them on jobs where they have benefits. We got to take care of the people that are taking care of our world, but we also really have to take care of the people that are taking care of our kids. So whenever that kind of stuff comes up, realize that guy got the kids out and then took care of himself. And he's doing that for $20 an hour.
Yeah. And it's amazing. Like he said, the bus was acting funny that morning. So he radioed in as he's normally supposed to, but before the mechanics could reach him, he heard an explosion or a boom, and noticed smoke coming from the rear of the bus and just immediately went into action. Yeah. He pulled got all of the kids out of the bus, made sure everybody was out unharmed, and made sure they were all safe. And then finished his shift. Can we just say that? He didn't stop there. It says, driven by his commitment to serving the community, he climbed behind the wheel of another bus and finished his shift. And this is his quote. The first quote from this article says, I greet my students every morning with a smile. Sometimes a little kindness changes a child's whole day.
Yeah.
How amazing.
Just like punching positivity or punching negativity in the face.
Literally, it doesn't exist in this guy's life. It's so incredible. So, and then says,
That's awesome.
After speaking with firefighters and police officers, I got on a new bus and completed my route. I was still on duty and I still had a job to do. And then says later, my family has been amazing, calling me a hero dad and a hero husband, but I don't see it that way. I was just doing my job and I'm grateful to God we all got out safely. Best human ever. Give this man an award. And he was. He was honored by the Cleveland Heights City Council for his bravery.
Okay, good job.
And then the Ohio Department of Public Safety presented him with a special coin. And the Cleveland Heights University Heights Board of Education passed a resolution to acknowledge his dedication to student safety. So he did get some great kudos and feedback from his bravery. And this last one is from r/Good News, and the title is "A Beloved College Professor Died, Then Stunned Her Former Students by Leaving Them Most of Her $2.8 million Estate."
Wow.
Yes. So I'll read you a
Was
little bit.
Was she an economics professor or trading or investment
so this is from
or something?
Originally, this is posted, obviously, as I mentioned, on Reddit, but it's a People Magazine original article. And if you go to the TLDR of it all, Professor Chris Hasselt taught art history at the New College of Florida in Sarasota for over 50 years.
Wow.
And she was known for a bit of an unorthodox teaching style. So like forged a lot of like very close lifelong friendships with her students.
Yeah.
And especially at this age, like you're a college professor, so your kids are a little bit older, a little bit more grown. So you can have some of these relationships with them. It's probably different when it's a 10-year-old little kid. So this is, she had a collection of students in the same way that she had, it says here, the great quote, she had a collection of students in the same way that she had an endless collection of books. So when she died in 2020 at the age of 89, a number of her former students received word that they had been left something in her will, but nobody really knew what it was. And since she had never married or have children on her own, she amassed a $2.8 million estate over her lifetime, and she divided it among 36 people, and 31 of the 36 people were her students. Be a good student, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, in addition to like my mom told me I'm supposed to do this again and again and again the right way.
Always be kind.
There might be a lottery in there someday for you if you listen to the
This
right
is what
teacher.
goes around. This is what manifestation. This is what being a good human can do. Like what a great person she is, but also it sounds like she made incredible relationships with a lot of great students too. Like what a cool outcome.
2 teachers in high school. One, English literature teacher, got me fascinated with reading, and another one, a sort of journalism writing teacher, composition, got me fascinated with creative writing. And, those are people that will impact you forever. Mm-hmm. So look at that. That lady impacted all those kids and then gave back again.
Yeah.
Like, that's nuts.
Exactly.
Yeah, she gave
50 years of teaching.
Yeah, she gave him her whole life. And then she said, you know what? I'm going to give to you again.
But yeah, what a fantastic human being. It seems so amazing. So I had to give you that one too. It's just a great.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So those are my that is your first round of Reddit stories. How do you feel?
Okay. I feel good. I'm not sure if every single person that goes on Reddit just has this automatic good feeling like I do, but.
So I want to dive into some of our content. So we've got, some content that we've created and amassed over the summer that I think would be really fun to make sure all of our viewers knew about, because we've got a ton of content on our site. So there's no way that everybody can always see all of it, but let's make sure they got some of these highlights. So the first one is a really cool happening at Goshen Community School. So they got a $185,000 grant to launch a new early learning program. So this is all about kind of helping kids build skills that they need so that they don't fall behind. So it's kind of getting ahead of those kiddos that might become a little behind or come in to kindergarten a little behind. So this is starting in pre-K and going all the way through the 4th grade, focusing on things like focusing, processing, and learning readiness, so that not like just only academics, it's just a little bit of everything, so that they can make sure that they never fall behind, get them a little ahead so that they're not behind. And now they've got the means to do so.
And you think about that village it takes to educate people. There's no one way you could possibly educate folks. Every bit of this is helpful, because then that grade school teacher is not necessarily helping that one catch up. It's they're already up.
Yeah, there's not that. Yeah, we've dealt with that already.
Yeah.
I love it.
Awesome.
Next up is, so of course, as I looked for all of this fun summer content from our sites, I had to dive into our student voices because for those that might not know, we have a student voices program that has, I think, how many students right now?
30 on average.
30 on average.
Through the school year. We want to recruit every other school that we don't have.
So one from every high school in the region we cover. So if you are a high school student or a parent of a high school student that would like to write for us,
absolutely, we
hit us
would
up.
love them.
Yeah.
And that's for every high school in Lake, Porter, LaPorte, St. Joe, and Elkhart County. And that involves your student basically being a Great News ambassador for the school. We've got somebody, and I think the example you're going to use is Penn, and we've got Caitlin there that does a fantastic job. And we've had students out in the Michiana area for probably 2-3 years before we even launched in Michiana.
Exactly.
Just because we knew we'd want to do this someday. And it's an awesome example where, again, you give kids a little bit of experience. They learn, oh, well, I got to work to a format.
Yeah, deadlines, a format.
Yeah, they learn deadlines. They learn submitting photos and other things that are related to the article.
You're absolutely right. I've got a great story from Penn, but we've got tons of them. So if you're looking for a different school that maybe I don't bring up today, all of these students, they've written through summer even. So we change, of course, those guidelines because they're not in school, but they still turn in great content about really cool stuff happening. So Penn, so over 850 Penn students raised over $22 million in scholarships from colleges across the country, including Ivy Tech, University of Notre Dame, and Stanford. Wow. So that is a lot of amazing money going to these incredible students.
And I would say there's a lot of Penn parents that are saying, absolutely, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, scholarship company. Thank you, something. Like, oh my gosh, that helps.
Yeah. How incredibly amazing is that? And I don't know, obviously I'm not mathing how many scholarships go to schools each year, but that seems like an incredible amount of money. So some really talented students making that happen. Yeah.
And again, you think about the village, there's so many people advising those students on where you could get a scholarship. There's so many different grant opportunities. There's people like the Kiwanis and Rotary or the Lions Club. There's all kinds of local people that give out scholarships. But then there's also a lot of foundation scholarships. So
yeah,
good for them. Good for those kids.
Yeah. So next up, I've got a cool one from Amelia, who's our Morgan Township student. So the Morgan Township High School Band, here's another good travel one, went to New York. And this is fast. So they graduated on June 4th and they went to New York on June 5th and performed they had a trip. So I'll let you read the article. I'm not going to give it all away, but fully jam-packed trip to New York the day after graduation.
I mean, you think, Mom, Dad, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
I'm going to New York.
Yeah. And they performed at graduation. That's got to be high stress, no matter, whether you're in graduation or you're in the band performing for graduation, that's pretty high stress. So they go do this kind of final performance. And then the next day on the road to New York. What the heck?
Awesome.
How amazing.
Way to go, Morgan.
Yeah.
I just know, by the way, they've got a ton of young musicians, band and otherwise, that have come out of Morgan. And you think about the size of that school and the amount of talent that's coming out of there. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably want to mention too, because this next one is a little bit different. Shout out to North Shore Health Centers for being a sponsor of our Student Voices pieces too. They're a great support of the schools, and this is how we help bring in those schools and have that ear to the schools as we do in so many other ways. And they're a big support of that. So that's how it makes it all happen. But next up, we're going into college. So South Suburban College's Steve Ruzich inducted into the ABCA Hall of Fame. So Steve is the longtime head baseball coach at SSC. And he was inducted to the ABCA, which is the American Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame, which is the highest honor that you can receive in collegiate baseball.
And again,
baseball coaching, of course.
Shows strength in the Midwest, but also just in this general Northwest Indiana, just inside of Chicago area, where you got baseball tradition that is really, really strong.
Of course.
To see somebody that is achieving that, and then you think about some of the baseball and coaching traditions that we've covered.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn cool.
Yeah. So you can find the whole
one,
article there on NWI.life, but man, so incredible. I didn't even know that was a thing, but it's great to see that you can also get these accolades in coaching.
Yeah.
And in college coaching.
You think about baseball, you got 3 different teams this year that competed down at state that are from this region. So that's 3 of the 4 classes that are down there. It's really outstanding what those kids did. Valpo, obviously winning state, first time ever. Way to go, Valpo baseball.
Yeah.
Just like off the charts excitement. And you see what that does, again, to bring a community together. It's not academics. It's not what's happening inside the schools. It's what's happening on the fields or whether it's a baseball field or the basketball court. And it's amazing how that brings people together. Fun to watch.
Absolutely.
So way to go, Vikings.
Yeah.
Way to go.
And then next up, IUN has a new, so Indiana University Northwest, for those that might not know that full name. Arik Jackson is the new, you may already know, Chris does, is the new chancellor of Indiana University Northwest. And we have a full profile on our sites about him as he begins that first full school year. Learn a little bit about him as a person, his journey, his leadership philosophy, his vision for the campus and upcoming years and what he wants to do there. It's a really cool piece. And he just seems very excited to be coming in and doing this. So we're excited to have him here in the region.
I could sense that just from my initial digital reach out to him. And he was like, yep, come to the region. Can't wait to talk to you. Really excited about the opportunity. So to me, getting back to all this educational enthusiasm, this guy's going to take a great institution that we're really happy to be working with and go to take them to the next level. So there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah, and I think we're going to hopefully interview him soon when he gets his feet under him.
We're looking forward to you being here in studio and we can learn a little bit more about you in person.
So I've got another Student Voices one here from Hammond. So this is Melina Mata. Young musicians from Hammond Central and Morton High Schools went to rock camp at Indiana State University. So this is another.
Who knew there was such a thing as rock camp? I would have gone I didn't play music even, but I would have gone to rock camp. It'd just be awesome.
I mean, absolutely. Same. Yeah. I don't feel like I had this opportunity when I was a kid. It's so neat. And it's all a scholarship-based thing. So of course had to get those scholarships, but did. The camp gave students a chance to kind of collaborate, perform, and then kind of grow their art in music. And many of these kids, this is their first performance, was this camp. So they had either performed in home or within the school, but not really externally. And now they got to do so. And they were mentored by professional musicians too. So it's professional musicians and their own teachers so that they can kind of come together to surround the kiddos, and culminated in a final concert. And they rocked it, to say the least. She also created a brief spotlight on Mayor McDermott. So if you, within this piece, for this month's spotlight piece, it was Mayor McDermott, and it's a cool little just tidbit on him. So if you don't know much about him already, most do, I'm aware, but if you don't, there's a little tidbit on him so you can get a brief introduction to who he is.
And you think about music and Hammond, now they're almost synonymous with Festival of the Lakes.
Yeah.
And we just got off a multi-day coverage spree where Charles and I think a couple others were out there just shooting the heck out of that.
Charles,
and that's a major destination thing happening now in the region.
I mean, just the announcements for Festival of the Lakes and who's performing there is an exciting thing every single year, because you're excited to see who it's going to be. And they've got those cool genres, they're going to hit, and you're just excited to see who's going to come. It's really neat.
Natalie grew up here, and she remembers where it was like the Holiday Star, and that was the place you were going to go for a concert. But there really wasn't a lot of other places outside of that. Now that's not there, but there's facilities and independent places that have popped up, and you could see concerts in downtown Crown Point, in downtown Valpo,
in the Port,
in Michigan City, in the Port. I mean, they're regularly having concerts. I think they have like 3 this weekend, part of Lake Fest.
Yeah, absolutely. There's tons.
it's cool to be able to bring big name opportunity out to these places.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So I'm really excited for the kids, but I'm excited for me.
Yeah.
The more music we have in the area, the better off I am. So I'm really excited. And it's such a great part of summer and even fall here in the region. Like we got the outdoor patio life.
Yep.
We've got live music happening in that realm. So this is just another, push in that right direction for me.
You see what's happening in Mishawaka with their outdoor space. Or you see what's happening
Dora.
in South Bend. Wherever we go, people are moving to.
So I think that's all the content I have. I don't want to keep everybody too long. So I think we're super pumped about what's to come. We've got some new folks in play, some folks getting some well-deserved recognition. It sounds like some folks getting some well-deserved scholarship dollars for their future. So I'm really excited about the 25-26 school year. Excited, of course, what we're going to be a part of with upcoming sports. Everybody knows we'll be at upcoming basketball games, football games. We'll be at the fall plays. We're going to be everywhere.
Whether it's kicking off sort of the beginning of the school year at Popcorn Fest in Valpo, or whether it's soccer tournaments, football, volleyball, all that kind of stuff will be there throughout. Really excited for homecoming upcoming in a lot of these communities. And as we remind people, all the photos, free to everybody. Use them, enjoy them, have a great time, share them around. Game coverage and any of the other shout outs we're doing for some of the student athletes through the year, share them around, spread the good, find stuff we're doing, and make sure that mom, that dad, that student, that teacher, make sure they see it. We produce thousands of stories a year. We've got about 1 million photographs in our library. And my goal is always that mom sees that picture and says, oh my God, I love that. Look at him or look at her. And so if you could help us in any way, it's make sure you can connect this memory to that mom and share it all along the way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But if you have news that you want to send us, if you're a school that's watching this, make sure you share the word share at GreatNews.Life. Send us an email. Make sure we know about the event coming up. Make sure you introduce us to a student that might want to be your Great News student voices from that school. Again, that's open to every single high school in 5 counties across northern Indiana.
Yep.
If you've got events that you want us to be at, if you see we took some great pictures and you want to use them in the yearbook, call us up. If you got something particularly inspiring you want us to cover, let us know about it. And ultimately, we're here to help you celebrate a couple tens of thousands of kids coming back to school for the fall, welcoming to school, and in our corner of the world, celebrating what's great about all of that. So,
yep, here it is. Cheers to the 25-26 school year.
Yep, let's
Back
go.
to school time.
Back to school.
Congrats, parents.